Hey, it's Georgia, and I am here with Megan at our Oregon nursery, and today we are redoing our winter containers. We are standing next to the first one. We're calling it Wild Meets Refined, and that is balancing more structural elements with loose, flowing, more natural forms.
So yeah, we've got sort of as our main element here, we have our dry maize, also called a Tasmanian pepper. So this is an evergreen shrub and just has these great red stems. So it's just a different way to bring some red into your holiday container. So I love that. And then for our structure in sort of a classic holiday shape, we have our little dwarf Alberta spruce. So it's a conical plant. So that's really cute.
I love how these two bring a nice holiday feel in two very different ways. So you have that nice green and red contrast, and then of course the classic holiday tree form here, which is very cool.
And then kind of shaking it up a bit, we've got the Black Forest Cake heuchera, which, I mean, look how gorgeous this is. You've got the sort of almost chocolatey leaves, the cherry colored flowers, just a beautiful plant.
Fabulous plant, yeah, wonderful.
Really great one. And then for something really flowy, natural, maybe something you wouldn't normally think for a holiday container, we have this Taiwan mondo grass, which is just, you know, it's cascading over the edge. This is just a really lovely way to bring that wild into our wild and refined container.
I love this grass as well because after you're done with it in a container, you can of course leave it here, but you can also plant it out along with any of these other elements. You can always plant them out of your container when you're finished. And this creates a really nice, lovely ground cover mat, like somewhere maybe under a tree or somewhere those hard to fill areas. So it's a really versatile plant, not just in your containers, but also in your garden. So let's go look at a few more.
Yeah, we've got some other containers that are gonna look great for the holidays.
Here is a container that showcases the icy blues of winter.
Yeah, so we've got some great options here, and this is really just keeping it simple, keeping cool tones, kind of a monochromatic look, but just some design inspiration for you. So this one's great. This is the Blues Spruce. So this is a Picea, really hardy, zone 2, and just such an interesting plant, really fun to work with. So this just always has this amazing icy blue color, so beautiful. And then we have an example behind of what it might look like when it's mature. And I say might because a conifer like this is gonna grow how it's gonna grow. You can train it. So this one has been trained to be this tall and upright. And this probably also got some training and maybe some support as well. You can make it do different things, but just keep in mind, you can't really control how these are gonna be. They're special, they're unique. Every single one's gonna be different.
It's a great little art piece though, a nice sculptural element for the garden. Once you're done with a container like this, to be able to plant it out is pretty special.
Yeah, and that's a great thing about using plants like this and plants you want in your landscape is containers. We can have this here in the winter and then maybe early spring, we can move it out to the garden where we want it. And then another weeping conifer we have down here is Feeling Blue. So this one's a little different. It's a zone 6. And again, just this wonderful icy blue foliage, maybe a little bit more green in there, slightly different texture, a little finer. We also grow this in some different ways. We also have this as a patio tree, so you could get also nice height with this one.
Yeah, and then I really love the way that we've paired these icy blue conifers with this really bright leucothaway. This is rainbow leucothaway. It has this gorgeous pop of cream and green with just the slightest touch of pink. If you go up to the stems, you get that really nice pink. A really interesting way to complement your monochromatic icy blues, and a really lovely plant for sun in winter. Though if you are going to plant it out, it's more of a shade-loving plant, but for the winter, bright, full sun, this would be a great container in that spot.
And this is one that the colors change throughout the year. So yeah, we've got this nice, cool color right now, but you're gonna see more pinks in the spring. So just a really, really fun plant.
So Megan, here's our sort of classic holiday container, and really the star of the show for me is this Vanderwolf's Pyramid Pine. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it definitely brings in that holiday tree vibe to the container.
Yep, you have that great winter look. It's a little silvery this time of year, which is really fun. And that nice classic pyramidal shape reminding us of maybe a Christmas tree or just your winter landscape.
Definitely, and then I love it paired with this begonia begonias for holiday containers is really quite a cool idea. This is our begonia from the Dan Hinckley collection. It's called Magma, part of our Tectonic series. And it has that nice, super bright red underside, which is just gorgeous, especially this time of year.
I love this hue of red for a holiday container. I just feel like it's really sleek and classy.
And then pairing it with a finer texture of this carex, this is our Evercolor Everest with that nice variegated leaf here. I love the textures on this. You're pairing, the more wispy pine and the wispy grass with this broader foliage on the begonia. It's a very cool element that we've added as well.
Yeah, this is just such a cool combo. It's different, it's not obvious, but it still has a holiday feel.
Definitely, and something like this, when you're talking about caring for your containers in the winter, we really like to add, you could add wheels to the bottom of your container that lifts it off the ground and makes it easier to move around. This begonia is hardy to zone 8, and so if you wanted to keep it around and you were maybe bordering on that hardiness zone, just be sure you could wheel it to maybe an alcove outside of your house to make it protect it from winds or from the extreme cold if it's close in.
Yeah, if you're someplace with that extreme weather, it's definitely something to consider. But even just trees nearby, someplace that's protected from the wind can be really helpful. You also want to think about your container and something that can take, maybe if your soil's going to get frozen and expand, ceramic terracotta containers could crack. So those are ones you would maybe want to bring inside, or you can get frost-proof containers, things like fiberglass or resin, and some sturdy stone containers can be a good option. But you could also protect your container by wrapping it, and kind of a fun way to do that looks a little festive is if you nicely put some burlap around it. I think you can, with a little extra effort, you can make it look kind of pretty. Maybe add a ribbon, I don't know, that'd be fun.
Yeah, functional and beautiful. They do take a little bit of work, but they can also be quite hands-off. It's winter, so they're not actively growing, so you might not think to water your containers, but it is important to make sure they're not bone dry. You want to give them a little bit of a drink just to keep things looking good and keep them alive through the winter.
Yeah, I like to just stick my hand in the soil and see what's going on. They are gonna use water a lot slower just because it's not as sunny, it's not as warm. But yeah, you don't want them to dry out, especially evergreens. I mean, obviously these are alive all winter, so definitely something to remember to do.
So thank you so much for watching, and we hope you have a happy holiday from Monrovia.